Hi, I'm Teacher Danny, and I'm going to show you how to make a custom user interface in Meta Horizon Worlds display an image. So first things first, let's look at what I'm talking about. So this image up here of a bunch of beakers in a science lab is really a custom user interface. It's just not an image by itself. And the cool thing about custom UIs is that for mobile and desktop, you can zoom in. See how on desktop, I have my little avatar guy here. It's a third-person mode. The camera is over his shoulder. But if I see the E button there in the middle, if I tap that, it'll go into first-person mode, and then you have a much better view. You know, mobile is smaller. It's harder to, you can't like move your head as easily in VR. Anyway, custom UIs, really, really useful. Also very easy to use for displays of pictures. You can put them wherever you want, add things to them, remove them, change them, make them dynamic. How do we do this? Well, first things first, we're gonna make a script, but hey, why don't we look at my script real quick? Just glance over it. Maybe you just wanna copy and paste it. I'll try to find a way to get this to you. It's definitely gonna be on my GitHub, but a lot of people might not know how to use GitHub. I don't know if I can just, you know what, hit me up. I'll just copy and paste it and just email it to you, whatever. All right, but you won't need to. You'll be able to figure it out from this. So here's what I did. I imported these extra 4 things from Horizon UI because some people I'm talking to already know what's going on. So I'll explain it briefly, a quick overview for advanced people, and then I'm going to do it again from scratch so anyone could do this, no matter your experience level. Panel height and width, that's the size of the UI. See, it changed it from HC component to UI component. If you don't know what this means, don't worry, you're going to in a minute. It's one view. I use this as the source, and that's it. And that's the whole code. I attached it to a custom UI gizmo, and then I had this image up there. All right, so now how do we do it? We're gonna go into scripts, and we're gonna make a new one. Plus, let's call this image UI. Now is image so we're just going to double click image UI. It's going to open it up in a program called VS Code with this default like template information. It's pretty much always the same, except the only difference is, see this image UI that we named it? It plugged that in automatically for us. Now, this program does understand TypeScript, but it doesn't know about the nuances and differences that Meta Horizon Worlds uses. So what we do is, and it's automatic, you don't have to actually do anything. It imports information from this file called horizon.core, which is 9,000 lines of code of things that are very important about Meta Horizon. And asterisk right there, that just means everything. So we're importing everything from that file. Just not going to mess with that. Here's what we're going to mess with. Now that we're going to adjust this to be ready specifically for UIs. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to erase HZ period. And then we're going to replace it with uppercase UI. Same thing with this component down here. We're going to erase HC period and put in custom UI. Put in uppercase UI. All right. Now it still now there's errors there. Why is that? Well, I told you we got 9,000 lines of code from Horizon Core, but none of it is about custom UI. So we have to import things from custom UI. So here's what we're going to do. It keeps giving me suggestions. I'm trying to avoid the suggestions because I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to show you at a pace, but it's going to pop up. When I'm scripting, I use it constantly. I'm always using suggestions. I love them. All right, so let's import. And then I'm going to use curly brackets. And then we're going to import it from where? From, I'm going to put up quotation marks. See, it's already giving me the suggestion, but it's Horizon/UI. Okay? This other one was core, and this one's UI. Now let's put the cursor in there. I'm just going to tap enter to, so that way we can do things vertically. when we list all the things that we're going to import. We're only going to import one now, and we're going to import UI component. See, we got UI component here. That's what we wanted to import. So now there's no errors on UI component. Now VS Code knows what to do with that. But image UI now has an error. Why? That's because once you call something a UI component, it has to have a certain method inside of it called initialize UI. So that's a big suggestion. That's pretty much exactly what we're going to be writing, but it's all right. So underneath start is where I usually put it. Anywhere within the class, I'll put initialize UI, and then open and close parentheses. And then we're going to do curly brackets. Oops. Curly brackets, and hit enter, and made that space there. So now there's no more error up here. Where's the error? The error is here because initialize UI wants at least one view. A view is a container that holds whatever information or stuff that you're going to put up on the custom UI, what the custom UI is going to look like. So for example, we're going to put the image here. If we wanted words to put it in, we would put it in initialize UI within a view. A view is just a container. It doesn't do anything else. It just contains. So the first view, we got to make at least one view. And for the first view, the big view, the main view, we return it. So return view. Return means, it kind of like means calculate. Calculate and then give me the information, process this information and do your thing with it. So return a view, and a view, we're going to do parenthesis and curly bracket and hit enter, okay? So see, it's curly bracket that. Now, I got an error on view, but no longer on initialize UI, it's got its view. So the reason it's error, it doesn't know what a view is, we'll make a view. I mean, not make a view, we'll import view. Just made a view. So now, no more error on view. So view is just a container, and the main container is this view. So inside of it, inside of every container, you're supposed to put the list of children. Children are all the things within a container. So for example, if a container is only, 100 pixels wide, everything inside of it's going to be less than 100 pixels, or, at least what'll be visible. And there's plenty of exceptions to that, but I'm just trying to explain the concept. Each square of information, like if you're looking at a website and on the top is coupons on one side, and then there's the NASDAQ, whatever that means, over on the other side, and in the middle there's article. Each one of those is like a view of its own. They call them something else. We're going to call ours view. Now view has to have children, so I'm going to put children, colon, and then I'm going to put a space and put regular brackets. Okay, I put the regular brackets, see? Put them like that. And you know what? Let me show you how I did that again. Made the brackets. So the suggestions keep coming up. See, it looks like I'm typed it there, but that's just a suggestion. Okay, I'm going to type it myself. And I'm going to try and hit escape before it gives us too many suggestions. All right. So now look, I only hit I only hit bracket, not curly bracket. This is a straight bracket. I only tapped it once, but yet it made the closing one as well. So once I made it, I also hit enter, and then it puts this bracket down here, and then I can start putting things in between. So again, let me just show you. Okay, I'm gonna hit bracket, enter. I didn't move it when I hit enter. It was already in between the two. All right, so children, and the first child is gonna be an image, and we're gonna spell that with an uppercase I, but no A's, huh? Image, and you see it's suggesting a open parentheses and open curly bracket. We're going to do both. So parentheses, curly bracket. And that's what we got. I'm going to hit enter, and now code can be used on image, but image has an error because part of it is because we need to import it. So now we're importing image. No more error on image. So on an image has to have a source, like which image you want me to use. So there, we're going to just write source. So how do we come up with a source? I'm going to show you the way we're going to use it. There's many ways to use it. I like this way. Okay, image, source. All right. And then keeps giving me the suggestions. Go away, suggestions. Image source. Image source is, oh, you know what? I just realized I was going to put this and show you the error, and then I was going to say, oh, we have to import another thing, image source. But I guess when I was doing it before, I just let the autofill do it, and so we have to also import image source, and this is it for our imports, okay? We're almost done. Like, this is the picture. This part right here is the picture. Okay, image source. Okay, leave me alone. From texture asset. Now, what does this mean? Okay, so image source is something we imported. If we go to where image source is, it's going to have like different characteristics about it, and one of them is this function called from texture asset. So, what does texture asset do? Just shows us it shows an image from our assets. So you have to have a PNG file in your assets, and then you can attach to this. Okay, so this is a method, so we're going to put, parentheses there. And then here we're on the final stretch. We're going to make a new hz.texture asset. I type so well when you're not here. And then we're going to put another parentheses. And within that, we're going to write big, B-I-G-I-N-T. What does that mean? Big int just means big integer. Computers can only go up to the number like 9 trillion or something, or 900 trillion. I don't know. So not that we're calculating these numbers. These numbers, the number we're going to put in here is just an ID, and I'll show you where to get that number. So we write big int. It's got an error because it has to have parentheses after it, and then there has to be something in that parentheses. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over to my assets, and I'm going to, I pull an image. Where's a cool image? I'm going to use that same one. Okay, so when I click on the image, I go over here to Asset ID, and I just hit the little copy button there. It's copied to the clipboard now. Go back over to VS Code. I have that copied. I'm going to wrap it in quotation marks. Okay, those are apostrophes, whatever. And then I'm going to paste. That's the name of this custom UI. Go to the very bottom. We're going to attach script, and we're going to attach the script that you just made. You made one called image UI. And now, even when I click E to zoom in, I still don't see anything. So let's go back to the code and add something called panel height and panel width. We're going to put it anywhere within the class. I put it usually the first thing. See, it already knows what I'm going to put in. So the panel height, I put 1,000 for 1,000 pixels. That's what I have the other one set at. And then panel width. I know it looks silly for me to be typing even though it's giving me the right answers. I normally would just tap straight through it, but again, I want to iterate, I want to take our time, I want to process this. So now that we have panel height and panel width, we also have to give some size to the image. Okay? So we're one last step and everything is going to work. Let's go over this last step and let's take our time with it. So we have the image here. This is the image that we're using. So the image starts here at this blue parentheses. You might have a different color. And it ends at this parenthesis. So I want to go to this parenthesis, and I'm going to put a comma. And then I'm going to hit enter. And now I'm going to start writing the style. We're going to write the word style, put a colon, and then open and close parentheses. Open and close curly brackets. open and close curly brackets. Then in those curly brackets, we're going to go ahead and give it a height and a width. Really, it just needs a height right now, but we'll get it. Let's just keep it simple, okay? So our panel is 1,000, so our image should be something smaller than 1,000 or 1,000. So let's just make it 1,000. Let's just make it the same size as our panel. So height and then width are both going to be 1,000. I'm going to save it, and now it's going to work. So there's the image that we had before. Here's the one that we just made. Oh, why can't you see it? Why did you lie to me, Teacher Danny? Okay, I'm going to click E to zoom in on it. Watch this. It was actually facing the other way. Here's the thing about custom UIs. You can only see them from one side. So look, this custom UI. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. No, it isn't. Okay, so whenever I place down a custom UI, as soon as I place it down, before I do anything, I always do a 180 turn on it. Okay, I hit Control, spin it around on rotate, so it, kind of I can get it kind of exact. I can get it exactly exact. All right, and that's it. Now we have this image. What's cool about it? I'm going to show you real quick. Now I want to show you something else that's cool, right? Check this out. So that's the end of it. If you want to stay tuned for just like one more minute, I'm going to show you something pretty cool. So if you do the exact same thing that you just did, right? We have this custom UI, this one right here. We go to that script, and there's the image, right? We went to our assets that got the image. Well, let's use a different asset. I'm going to use one that has the background removed. Okay, so I click on this one now. Beakers, no BG. And I'm going to now take this asset ID, and I'm going to replace this one. And now I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back, and I'll let you see for yourself the difference. Isn't that cool? And this is a pretty cool picture for it because it's like translucent through it. You can see through there. I'm Teacher Danny. If you have any questions, let me know. You can do this. You absolutely, without a doubt, can do this. I will personally show you how to do this. I will meet you in Meta Horizon World, and you will do this. No problem. I was trying to make it look like the chicken was inside the I don't know what this is, probably sulfur or something. I'm going to put out more tutorials about images, and I'm going to get deeper with it. But again, let's just go over the steps one last time. Create a script. Open it up. Change the HZ to UI. Then we add initialize UI. We add return view, and then within it some children in the image. Then we added the panel height, panel width, and also we got to import these four things. We got to import these four things. I did them one at a time. You really want to do it just all at the beginning. But you could also just do it at the end. It wouldn't really affect it as long as you actually do it. And then we go to the custom UI. We pull out a custom UI gizmo. We just drag it out there. And we're going to attach. Oh, let me remember to make it spin 180 degrees. And then we'll attach the script to it, and we are done. Image UI. See, now that's it. It's got it. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Teacher Danny out. I'm Teacher Danny. If you have any questions, let me know. You can do this. You absolutely, without a doubt, can do this. I will personally show you how to do this. I will meet you in Meta Horizon World, and you will do this.